What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option, and this is your Trader's Edge weekly wrap-up. Today, I'm going to update you on what's going on with Option Pit. We're going to talk about what happened with the markets and why. I'm going to tell you where I think things are going next. I'm going to give you an update on a couple of trade ideas that we've had, and we'll wrap up by talking about the VIX and a really interesting trade that went up on Friday. All right, let's get down to business. SPX, it is trading 47.85. It really tried to break out. It did break 4,800 today on Friday at the top. Pulled back, was actually nicely down, and is now marginally green on the day, up about, call it $5.50. PPI was a very nice number. CPI was not such a nice number, but in the end, neither of them really mattered. Why? The bond market. So let me pull up the 10-year note here. If you watch the 10-year note, that is what is driving the stock market. All right. The 10-year note has been driving the stock market. That's the daily. Here's the minute. So S&P rallies, 10-year note rallies. That was the huge driver on Thursday's big rally. You know, Thursday opened up really, really bad. Let's look at a 2-day window. The market bottomed, the bonds really bottomed out just before the market opened, recovered a little bit, and then there was a bond auction at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern, and the bonds and notes just took off and were way up since then. ES did the exact same thing. S&P futures, if you look, that bottom was right around, bottomed out in the morning. We had that number, that auction go off, 12:30. Check it out. We go essentially straight up, and we stayed bullish all day, rallied into the close. Now today, little different action. We're off the highs, but we are slowly meandering higher. My take, we probably end the day green at this point, despite pretty weak action. All right, so there's what's going on in the SPX. Q's pretty similar story. The Dow is down because of United Healthcare. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin, BTCO. This the Bitcoin ETF, and you'll notice it's down and down big. Coinbase, down big. Mara, down big. Riot blockchain, all down big. Why? Well, this is a market structure thing. These mutual funds and ETFs were buying the physical well before this thing listed. And that is why you're getting a big sell the news here on Bitcoin. I actually think that coin in particular has a lot more downside. I think that these ETFs are very bad for Coinbase's business. Yes, it does lead to more adoption, but I think people are going to adopt it via the ETF instead of going to Coinbase and depositing dollars. I think that's really negative. We've been beta trusting a strategy here at Option Pit. I am closing a Coinbase short that I had on for a very nice profit. All right, well, let's look at IWM because it's finally trying to get green today. It's been channeling just below the 21-day moving average. I do think it will eventually get that breakout above. I'm still bullish IWM, but so far has not been able to really bust out over the 21-day moving average. Similar story with MDY. I like both of these to move higher. So far, not a lot happening there yet, though. Let's talk about energy. Look at Cameco. We threw out a good idea in trade to close on Thursday that would have returned about 2,000%. In Delta Strike, we are closing NXC calls up over 100%. a really nice win in NXC. I'm still riding a couple of these. I think there's more upside in those names. Oil is stronger on fears around what's going on in the Middle East. It has backed off a touch, but seems to have found a floor. I like oil to rally. All right. Now, let's talk VIX. VIX is up 0.7. VIX futures, though, are stronger, and we've got a huge move higher in VVIX. VVIX is up 7 points. It's up at 82. Look at that big, huge green candle. What is driving this? I'm going to show you. There was a massive, massive trade that went up on Friday in VIX. A trader bought close to 250,000 of the Feb 17 calls, paying 67 cents. This is probably a hedge, but is extremely, extremely bearish the market. It is dry, and it drove up volatility. You could see trades went up, all calls, all kinds of different trades around this trade after it went up. This is a big call purchase, probably a hedge, but something that you should be keeping an eye on. All right, now, lastly, let's talk weekly profit cycles. Weekly profit cycles, where our quarterly offer is back up. We're having Andrew's been delivering those non-correlated returns with an embedded black swan hedge in them. If you haven't done weekly profit cycles, this is your best chance to try it. Try it for a quarter. See if you like it. I think you will. Call my team, 888-872-3301. All right, everybody. I'll be back with my watch list later this weekend and a little bit more about Bitcoin as well. I hope you have a wonderful day. I am Mark Sebastian, your only option. I'll see you soon.